Hello. Welcome to the Free Bin, the Toledo, Oregon Public Library's podcast. I'm Harrison.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Cindy.
And we are here to talk about Mario Kart today. Even if you don't play Mario Kart, even if you don't play video games, I think this will be a valuable conversation about audiences, about what we want from the media that we engage with, and about competing audience demands and how companies and creators might handle those competing demands. But before we do all that, Sophia, what do we got? First one. First pad.
I don't know what we got.
Oh, no.
She's getting there.
Please hold.
We're having technical difficulties.
First pad, it should say Morse.
So stressful.
There it is.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. News.
Okay.
Breaking news. New news. Okay, everybody. We have some exciting upcoming events for the month of September. Let's see, starting on September 2nd, we have Knit and Stitch. Join us, bring any craft project from noon to 2 p.m. Stop by anytime. Our next event is September 6th. We're having live music on the back lawn at the library. The band Sitka is coming to play their Folkadelic music. It's going to be great.
It'll be fun.
Oh, yeah, we'll have lawn games, free Italian sodas, lots of fun. And starting September 3rd at 3:30 p.m., we'll restart Lego Club. So bring your ideas and come hang with us.
Nice. Yeah, that Knit and Stitch Club has been happening the last few times. It's a great group to come sit with.
Yeah.
So I think people just want like to say, "Oh, I'm going to my Knit and Stitch Club," because they don't have time at home to do it. So, so they can come and just like sit and do their thing instead of feeling guilty because they're sitting and doing their thing somewhere.
Yes. Have a mindful moment and craft with us.
Yes.
All about those mindful moments.
That's right.
Right.
Sophia, you brought a juice.
I did bring a juice. I brought sparkling black tea with peach juice from Trader Joe's for 99 cents.
Nice. I don't know if I've ever found anything at Trader Joe's for 99 cents.
It was on sale. I got green tea. I got black tea. You name it.
Sounds good. Oh, yeah. Got to get right up in there.
Oh, and it's fizzy. I don't know. I like
can smell
black
it.
tea, but I'm not sure I'm a
ASMR.
big fan of
Peach
fizzy
juice?
black tea.
Well, we will know. We will know momentarily.
They're not big cans.
It's like a Red Bull can size.
It was 99 cents for a reason. Are you ready?
It smells
Smells
good.
nice.
That's good, right?
It's a nice golden brown color.
Ooh. That's got a good peach juice
Does
taste.
it?
That's refreshing.
Yeah.
Oh, you think it's bitter?
No, I'm not getting any peach.
Oh.
It's hitting me heavy in there as an aftertaste. As someone who likes an unsweetened tea,
I can taste
this.
the
It's
tea,
subtle.
but I can't taste the peach. I can smell the peach, and so
Yeah, I can smell it.
yeah, my taste buds might be ruined.
I'm definitely feeling the peach rolling
Really?
around in there.
that
Yeah.
funny?
Yeah.
Well,
Like subtle, but there.
That's nice.
That's
would-
a good
it's
one.
not horrible.
No, I would get this one again.
Yeah. I would do this again.
It doesn't taste like really anything to me. I'm sorry. I can taste the black tea, but I cannot taste anything else.
No peach?
No peach.
I think it's like a nice subtle, not too much, but just enough.
That's interesting.
Got to drink more until you taste the peach.
Yeah, guys, drink
Or
it all.
Maybe not. Maybe I'll never taste the peach.
Tragic ending to this podcast.
How dare get your hands
Oh, you guys are too.
Well played. You got it. All right, are we ready to talk
Oh,
about
please,
our topic?
let's move on. Moving on.
How dare get your hands
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Today, I want to talk about Mario Kart. not just as a game, but as a contested cultural space wherein casual, everyday family players, such as ourselves, come into online contact and sometimes Reddit and online forum contact with what we might call our quote-unquote gamers, people who are taking this game more seriously than perhaps it was ever intended to be taken. Now, for background, Nintendo has a solid niche in the world of video games. They make products for families, as opposed to, you know, you get a brand new PlayStation, one controller costs as much as one of Nintendo's consoles. It is kind of like having an ivory pool table. You would not let a child touch a PlayStation 5 in general.
True.
Unless you're, I know a lot of people wouldn't. Nintendo's controllers, I didn't see which one you hit.
Nothing. I was thinking about it.
Nintendo designs their controllers to be comfortable in the hands of an average 8-year-old, something no other major console manufacturer really does. Some of those original Xbox controllers are big for my hands, and I have fairly large hands. Nintendo's first-party games have an all-ages appeal. First-party meaning games that Nintendo develops themselves, only available on their own consoles, as opposed to third-party games made by other companies and licensed for their hardware. Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong, Metroid, Animal Crossing, and Splatoon are all Nintendo franchises our listeners might be aware of. And as an example of the way their game design often accommodates a wide range of ages and abilities, we can look at Super Mario 64. From, I guess now it's been 30 years since Super Mario 64 came out.
Whoa.
So,
I remember when that came out.
Oh, I do too. I still think of it as the first of like the new Mario games, but it only came out 10 years after the very first Mario game, and it came out 30 years ago. So my timeline is getting off. In that game, the player, of course, as Mario, collects stars by completing objectives. There are 120 stars to collect in total. To fight Bowser and roll the credits, the player needs to collect, I think, 60 of those stars, which is a task well within the reach of a suitably patient and determined child. Playing past that point to collect all 120 stars is an additional challenge for older and or more experienced players. So the game has something to offer for people who want to invest more time and experience into the game, and also for folks who just want to do what's within their reach to finish the game. It's simple, but it's clever. Mm-hmm. Nintendo is all about fun, and they always keep in mind the people, young and old, who have never played a video game before. Just about any Nintendo game would be a great introduction to video games for a new player, even something as deep and grand as a modern Zelda game. Any questions so far?
No.
I'm good.
All right. I'll roll on through my introduction here. And then
Okay.
So I wrote a little script, so I feel bad. I feel like I'm just talking.
It's okay.
But I'll yield the floor once we get to where we're going. Enter Mario Kart. This long-running franchise began in 1992 with Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, which with Mario Kart World being released just this year as a launch title for the Switch 2. We're going to have a big old tournament for that. Tomorrow, as of this recording, right here at the library, we have a Switch 2 with Pro Controllers and Mario Kart World.
That's right.
The Mario Kart franchise is a family-friendly go-kart racing series featuring Super Mario Bros. Characters and later other Nintendo characters. And rather than a pure racing game, it involves semi-randomized items, both offensive and defensive, which can impact the race. Players can hurl Koopa shells at each other, shrink the other racers with lightning bolts, leave banana peels on the track, gain a temporary speed boost, and much more. The idea is that while good racing strategy certainly pays off, there's always a chance that your little brother will get lucky with an item and rocket into first place from dead last. It's made to reward skill while also allowing inexperienced players to experience victory, at least occasionally. Mm-hmm. Newer entries also have optional settings like automatic steering and acceleration as accessibility features. In short, it's a racing game designed for adults to play with their young children. Surely, somebody looking for a racing game to play as a serious competitive hobby would look to more pure simulation game series like Forza or Gran Turismo, games of pure skill designed to model the physics and strategy of real-world motorsports. Surely. Nobody would play Mario Kart as a serious competitive hobby. As it turns out, thank you. Of course, some people have gone all in on Mario Kart as a competitive racing game, figuring out how to optimize items and exploit the very pseudo-random systems designed to level the playing field. The strategy of sandbagging, or simply bagging, involves deliberately falling behind to get more powerful items, then fighting back to the front of the pack toward the end of the race, sometimes with said powerful items still in hand for offense or defense. Some players hate this strategy, feeling that it's cheap and goes against the spirit of the game to deliberately fall behind in order to slam the people at the front of the pack at the end. Others argue that since the items are part of Mario Kart, knowing how to use them is absolutely in the spirit of the game, and it would be ridiculous to get mad at the optimal strategy when you could just learn it yourself. That said, when you're playing online and half the racers sit still at the starting line and wait for the rest to leave, it does feel weird. So that's where I'll leave it for our conversation, and I'll yield the floor here. So what is the answer? How do we reconcile this? Do we need to? What, if anything, does a company like Nintendo owe its audience, and who is its audience? Children, families, elderly folks looking for a new hobby? All of the above in Nintendo's case. Or do they cater to the quote-unquote gamers who will generally be the most vocal and critical voices in any room?
Oh, wow.
And we've all been reading the online discourse, by the way.
We have. Reddit is great. Thank you, Redditors of the world. I don't know. I think you can't be everything to everybody. And just because your voice is loud doesn't mean that you're right. You know, just because you're a jerk and you want the world to revolve around you doesn't make you correct. But I think that it's a game that can be enjoyed by everybody for different reasons. For, you know, maybe you're a casual player like me and you think you're really good, but you're not, and you get in last place and your in-laws ask you if it's your first time playing ever.
Do we feel like this is a personal experience?
It happened to a friend. I don't know. Or, you know, it can be like a serious thing where you have those strategies. It did not even occur to me that you could have a serious strategy to win. And you know?
Yeah, I just always thought it was, you know, just go as fast as you can and try to get there. My goal in playing Mario Kart was to stay on the track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I had trouble doing that.
Yes.
So that really was my goal. And my kids, I told Sophia and Harrison this before, my kids would play with me, but then they'd wait until I caught up at the finish line, and then they'd go across the finish line. Because if they went across first, then the game ended, which I always thought was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
You know, should let people finish. I mean, I had tried hard the first 2 laps.
And they do have the auto steering where you can still steer and determine your kind of lateral placement on the track. But when you have that turned on, you can't fall off the track.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, yeah. So since Mario Kart, was it 8 they introduced that?
I think
I don't know.
So that is a huge help because a lot of people have that issue, and it eliminates that frustration.
Yeah.
But then, of course, you have people who figure out how to turn that on and off for various. There are things you can do by flipping auto steer on and off that are not intended by the developer. So there are other means to exploit the game there too. Easier in single player. I've read too much about this, which is how I did some inadvertent research for the episode here.
Oh my gosh. It's like PS5 or not PS5. It's like the PlayStation from when we were kids and you have cheat codes for like, you know, Tony Hawk or whatever. It feels like that. You're just doing cheat codes to win. And I feel like that's not a bad thing. You know, it's just a different way to play and that's okay. I just don't think you have to be like rude about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. And I have that kind of thing. Like, I'm at the point with Mario Kart where, yeah, I've been playing Mario Kart for more than 30 years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really good at it. And I learned that I'm not really good at it if I try to play Mario Kart 8 online. Mm-hmm. And I see people who are really good at it doing, again, totally unintended shortcuts, skipping whole chunks of the track by lining up and bumping a wall a specific way. And there are people who get really into it, which is amazing in its own right. But it does seem like at a certain point, we're playing a different game. I'm still playing the funny drive around Koopa Shell game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're doing something else.
You're in it to win it.
Yeah.
Ever. All time.
You know, I'm reading through these comments on Reddit. It's like reading a foreign language, quite frankly.
You want to read one out and I'll see if I can translate
it? Okay. It took me a while to 3-star GP and knockout, but I managed to do it along with all mirror modes. Some of the knockout first races were tough. Trick is to try it with different racer combos. I forget which cup, but the one knockout tour starts with the end of Boo Cinema and takes you up the ski slope to at least one snow track. After about 30 tries, 30 tries?
Oh my God.
Unable to get first on that first section using Baby Blooper and Biddy Bug, I swapped to Wario and got the first try.
I understood all of that.
Most of it.
Same situation with some other cups. I tried different meta kart motorcycle combos and it just worked out better. I got lost after 3-star GP and knockout, but I've never heard of mirror modes.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what Boo Cinema is. But you have to remember I haven't played this in years.
So Boo Cinema is a track. GP stands for Grand Prix. So that's a series of races. 3 stars means completing. This would be, they're referring to World, it sounds like, because I haven't played World yet. 3 stars means completing the Grand Prix and earning like 3 stars, like the best you can do. Different Mario Karts have different criteria for what's like a 3-star performance versus a 2 or a 1 star. Mirror mode just means it's a mode where the tracks are backward, mirrored. So not backward, but
does
flipped.
that make them harder?
Yeah.
Historically, mirror mode is on the fastest speed. So there's like 50cc, which is the slowest, 100cc, 150cc. Mario Kart 8 has 200cc, which is so fast it's very hard to control. And I think mirror mode is either 150 or 200. I don't remember.
Yeah, see, I had no idea. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
You can make it faster. Anyway, I'm just saying I don't know enough about this to really have probably a good conversation about it, but it is like any game in a lot of ways. People just get into it. They find something that they like. I think of World of Warcraft, and people would devote days to it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like anything you find your passion for and you figure it out. But I agree, you don't have to be a jerk about it. If somebody doesn't have that passion that you have, well, okay, walk on by, I mean, all right, maybe I'll play it at your level for a while and go find somebody who wants to play it at my level.
Yeah, exactly. Something for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And I think for me, whatever game I'm playing, I like there to be like room and unknowns and unpredictability. Mm-hmm. And like it's one reason I never really got into chess. I feel like chess is so solved that like the moments I enjoy when I'm playing a game are when I try something crazy and it just barely works. Mm-hmm. Right? And you can't do that in chess. Like if you're playing with anyone who knows how to play chess, you'll come up with, well, I'm just going to see what this does. And they'll be able to say like, well, that's a Smirnoff gambit, and there are 3 known responses to this, rendering it ineffective. And it's like everything you could possibly do has been solved and gamed out, and somebody out there who has an encyclopedic knowledge of like this mechanistic way of playing will win a game against somebody who is just trying things out. And so you reach a point, like with the last Mario Kart was out for 11 or 12 years, where it's like when you're playing with certain people, everything is kind of known. Everybody knows what the best combination for this or that is. And I like the uncertainty. I'd rather win or lose by somebody making some sort of desperate act of innovation that somehow works. That is satisfying to me. Like, I can't believe you pulled that off.
Yeah.
And maybe it's the fate of every game that somebody will invest enough energy and analysis into it that it kind of drains out or predicts every way that somebody could play it. And it's just, I don't know, that is when things stop being fun for me, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, there's that group of people who play the game so they can finish the game and they can find out everything about it.
Yeah.
And then there's a group of people who play the game because they just like to play, and they don't really have that drive to be the best or to know everything about it. I'm in that. I'm in that camp.
Casual players.
Yeah, that's true. Just the casual, oh, sure, I'd like to sit down and play that, or that's cool, that'd be fun. And then, so then there's the ones who like, it's a whole new language.
Right.
And that's okay, because I can sit and go, oh, that's nice, I see, But am I having a good time?
Right.
I enjoy spending time with the person, but maybe not the game.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it gets beyond the things that are tutorialized in the game itself.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And that's something that was explained to me that I'm like, that makes sense. There's some sort of like a threshold there where it's getting good at the things that the game is, or the accompanying instructional materials are telling you how to play the game. And then when you get into, well, on, whatever it is, Boo Cinema, there's a railing, and if you hit it at the right angle and you're in one of these specific carts, it'll clip through the wall and Lakitu will lift you to a different part of the track. And it's like, this weird kind of like, you can skip a chunk of the track, like these weird speed running tricks. Like, yes, it's allowed within the game itself, but we're bypassing the racing game. We're starting to do meta stuff. That's when people are referring to the meta cart combinations. Those are like the combinations of characters, carts, what have you, have been mathematically analyzed and tested by the player community to be optimal for certain purposes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So when we're thinking way outside the game, it's different. But
but it's fun for people, and it might not be fun for me, but it's fun for somebody else.
Yeah.
But I guess, I don't know. I think there's something built into the human brain that just makes you want to be the best at something.
Yeah.
Find out all the tricks and know something that somebody else doesn't know.
Yeah.
And then there are those people who are like, I'll share that with you. And then there's those people who are like, get away from me.
Yeah.
I'm never sharing anything. Find it out yourself.
Oh, gatekeepers, the worst.
Yeah.
All the secrets.
You like Mario Kart? Name 3 of its albums.
People are like that with like sports and stuff. I'm just like, shut up. Leave me alone. You're not fun.
Yeah.
I think it ties into other media, other arts too, of
absolutely.
You might, there are folks who go to a movie and they just want to get carried away by the story. And there are other folks who might go to a movie and look at it from if not a critical perspective, like a filmmaking perspective, where you're analyzing like the use of light and shadow, how shots are composed, what references are being made to previous films, like Star Wars doing those wipe transitions that George Lucas took from Akira Kurosawa and things like that are like little Easter egg things for people who are into film as an art, but you might not even notice, although they may have an effect if you just want to watch the fun spaceship story. But if you're looking for different things, or you're emphasizing different things when you're making a movie, like you're at a certain point, you are kind of like watching two different movies and might have different takeaways, or like Quentin Tarantino just building whole movies out of references to other movies at a certain point, which is its own creative endeavor.
Yeah. And I think we all do that. I'm kind of that with certain movies. I like to know the backstory, and I like to know how things came into being, as far as like what was the writer thinking, and but then there are people, and the example would be like the Marvel movies. I love all. I have yet to see a Marvel movie I just hated. I love them all. There are some I don't like because I think they just weren't as well done as they could have been. But then there are the people who are like, well, there's no way that Captain America could have time traveled because this is the science behind, and it's like, well, that's great, but it's just kind of a story. And we love that the story ended well. But then also, if you ask me, there are certain parts of those movies that I'd be like, oh yeah, I know that part from reading the director's notes or whatever, that, oh, that's what they were thinking, and they wanted to do it this way, and they wanted to please the fans. And then you get people who are in the comic book world, and they're like, it's nothing like the comic books. Well, yeah, that's okay too, So, I mean, there's just, everybody looks at things from different perspective. Yeah. And as long as you're not being horrible about it, I think it's okay to do that. I'm not going to, and there have been times when I've been talking to people and their eyes will glaze over, and I'll go, okay, Cindy, it's time to stop talking. They're done with this conversation. And you're not interested in the facts about Lord of the Rings and Tolkien and how that all works.
They
should be, but they're not. And so that's okay.
Man, we had a marathon. We watched we tried. I fell asleep. It was like the last movie, and I just couldn't take it anymore. But we did all of the movies in a day.
Tolkien, the Lord of the
Hobbit
Rings,
and the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that is a
extended versions. It was a long day.
Oh, that is
but
a
it was
long
so
day.
great.
Oh yeah, I've done 3 in a row. The first 3 and then the second. And I have favorite parts about all of them, and I know them so well from watching them on repeat that there are times when I'm like, they could have made a better choice about filming this particular scene, or there's just some things that Elijah Wood is really whiny in this scene. Could we move on? I can't take it anymore. Just dump the ring.
Let it go, Frodo.
Let it go. Yeah, there's those two. Anyway. Well, I have a question.
I want it.
My precious.
You're giving it to me. That's nice. That was easier than we was expecting. I keep it. Thank you. Thank you, Robertson.
Yeah. Well, I have a question. I am not a huge, I haven't, like I said, haven't played Mario Kart in years and years, but you guys have played it, and you are playing, you will set up the game for tomorrow's tournament. Yep. But I have to ask, what are your favorite tracks?
Rainbow Road, because it's so tough. Oh, God.
Rainbow Road, really?
Yes.
Okay, and I see, I was going to tell you, I found this guy. Harrison is nodding. Yes.
I concur.
So
all the Rainbow Roads from any iteration.
Okay, so I I found this guy on, it's a blog called Den of Geek.
Oh.
Okay, and he wrote this article entitled, let me find it, Mario Kart, the moral implications of the racing series. But at the end, it's pretty funny. It's very, very tongue-in-cheek. But at the end, he writes, and I'm not going to be able to say one of the words because I am a nice person and I don't say that word. I don't say that word on air. Hopefully, he says, everyone reading this has taken this deeply weighty and important article incredibly seriously. Philosophy is very important and deserves to be treated with respect. While there are multiple interpretations offered here, he was talking basically about the philosophy of Mario Kart. I hope that there is one absolute truth about Mario Kart that we can all agree on, and that is Rainbow Road is a beep. Rainbow Road is a great big floating whimsy that perpetually spurts the unwary into an infinite abyss, decked out in the colors of pride while simultaneously sapping it from your very living being, a kaleidoscope, Sisyphean flibberty-gibbet of a racetrack, surely designed to bring existential terror to the coziest of living rooms. As you tumble repeatedly into the void, it begs the question, who built this abomination? Who maintains it? Is it the same person who arrives back on the track who left it? Is there a prestige-esque dimension full of O-mouthed Luigis floating in seamlessly endless vats? Why is it so frequently the final track? Is Nintendo commenting on its role in the transience of all things, offering bright colors and the prospect of a podium finish as a distraction from the beckoning emptiness? Probably not.
No.
But still, screw you, Rainbow Road.
Oh, God. This guy gave me existential dread. God, I'll never see Rainbow Road the same.
It just, if you don't know the Prestige reference that he made, there's a movie called The Prestige, and in it, it's a magician, and I don't want to spoil it, but there are vats with things in them. So anyway, but I have played Rainbow Road, and I hate Rainbow Road because I drive off the track.
Yep.
All the time.
Yep.
And it brings terror to my living room.
I love Rainbow Road because there is something uniquely satisfying about, like I mentioned before, just barely holding on. And because Rainbow Road is made to be precarious, you can slip right off the edge. When you hit that drift and you are just barely, like you're coming in a little too hot and you drift way toward the inside of the outside and you just barely make it.
Barely
and you get
on.
that speed boost.
And
that is the best feeling in a video game.
It is... when you're doing like Bowser's Castle, and I, like I said, these are the ones I remember from long ago, you run into the lava, you just drop into the lava. But here it's like you just go somewhere off the edge of the road and then you come back and it's kind of an interesting question. Is it the same character that left the road that comes back, or are they exchanging you for someone else? I don't know. You can decide if you agree with that philosophy or not.
And when it comes to philosophy, we haven't touched on Mario Kart as a verb either, because it does get used as a verb.
What?
Use it in a sentence.
Yeah.
To get Mario Karted.
I've never heard this before.
I've never heard that either.
And you'll see this on, you go on the Reddit, the subreddit.
Of course.
And you look, and people will post videos of themselves getting, quote unquote, Mario Karted, which is when you are, you're racing optimally, you're doing well, you have made no actual mistakes, and you are leading the pack, and somebody hits you with that item, and somebody else hits you with that item, and you end up getting rolled over by a train of everyone who was behind you and getting dropped way back in the pack through no fault of your own. It ties into that Captain Picard thing about sometimes you can make no mistakes and still fail. Yeah. And accepting the reality of being Mario Kart, it is kind of something you have to accept to play Mario Kart. It's the cost of playing, and that's kind of nice.
I wouldn't know that feeling. I'm just the best.
I know that feeling.
Sophia front runs so much that she stops to let the blue shell hit her and still does not get overtaken.
That's right.
Well, I think I've been Mario Karted in Portland traffic. I'm just saying. Because I've used that as, oh man, this is just like Mario Kart. When people are driving in Portland traffic, or when I lived in the Midwest in Chicago traffic, which really, I mean, people drive on the curbs in Chicago to get around you. It's crazy. So yeah, there's a cultural thing to that in certain areas of the country.
Yeah, I think so. You're right.
Bring a banana peel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Throw bombs out the car. No,
all
that would
times.
not work. But the window. There have been times.
But what's your favorite character to play?
So, all right, this gets complicated.
Oh,
Right.
I was not expecting.
I love Yoshi.
Yeah.
I love Yoshi. But there are connotations to playing as Yoshi because Yoshi is the meta character in the final update of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yoshi, Teddy Buggy, roller tires, paper glider. Boom. That's like the best all around kart combination for competitive play. So a Yoshi player has the connotation of being like somebody who's just trying to optimize and do this. So I didn't want to be seen as just another Yoshi trying to use the meta combination. So I started racing as Peachette,
Oh,
who has all the same stats as Yoshi,
what?
but nobody likes Peachette. So I've started doing Peachette.
The more you know.
What's yours, Sophia?
Toad every time.
Toad.
I don't care. It's Toad. Is he the best? Probably not. Do I love him? Yes. So I'm Toad.
Toad's fun, and Toad is like the one. I think in the original Mario Kart, most of the world records are with Toad, aren't they?
I think so. So, here's hoping. Me too.
One of these days.
That's right.
I like Yoshi too, and I just like him because he's cute. I mean, I don't even know what you talked about with the Optimus card. I don't know, but I like Yoshi and I play as him, but I also played as Peach too.
Oh, yeah.
As Peach. Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
there's just so many characters. Ooh, yikes.
Yeah, more all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're gonna have to unlock some in Mario Kart World
For science.
for science.
Research
Dear.
purposes.
I will be upstairs in the library if anybody needs anything tomorrow. Sophia and Harrison will be downstairs playing Mario Kart for research purposes.
We're gonna pull an all-nighter. We're not gonna quit until we have Conk Door.
That's right. 27 hours of gameplay live stream from the Toledo Public Library.
Yeah, you really should live stream it. I'd watch that. Oh.
All right. Well, thank you for going with me on this journey through the rainbow road of competing audiences and
Yeah.
Existential
Craziness.
dread.
the existential
Sorry about
dread and the
Den of Geek.
Den of Geek.
You should read the whole article because it's actually quite amusing. He talks about philosophy and Mario Kart and all kinds of things that I didn't even associate with Mario
Yeah.
Kart.
we can link it in the show notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Any last thoughts before we adjourn?
I think Nintendo benefits from all of this, Like as long as they're being talked about in discourse in such a way, I think they benefit from all of it, all of the arguing and the everybody playing, all different factions of people playing. I think they benefit monetarily, but also, being culturally relevant. So they win in the end. It doesn't matter.
Well, that's true. And, that saying about no publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah,
People are talking about you,
exactly.
then people are thinking about you. And in Nintendo's case, people are spending money for you.
Exactly. So that's all I got.
Well, good luck
Yeah.
to the Mario Kart players tomorrow. I'll be up and down looking at the tournament because I got relatives that are playing, and it ought to be kind of fun. So if you just want to watch, come on by.
Absolutely. It's absolutely a spectator sport.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Talk to you all next week.
All right. Bye.
Hello, and we have prizes from the Mario Kart tournament. First place gets a $25 gift card for Dairy Queen. Second place gets a $15 gift card, and third place gets a $10 gift card. And everybody gets a special coupon for participating. Thank you.
The Free Bin is a production of the Toledo Public Library, which is part of the Lincoln County Library District in beautiful Lincoln County, Oregon. Writing by Cindy Bilek, Sophia Kahn, and Harrison Baker. Original music by Harrison Baker. Editing by Harrison Baker and Sophia Kahn. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect those of any organization they represent. Good night.